Hello, loves, and welcome to the Introverts Toolbox, the podcast for introverts who feel like the world's kind of fucked up, where the biggest and craziest people get all the success, and we're left wondering, like, oh my god, what the hell do we do? My name's Karen Hewitt, and I am your host, and we're going to go over systems, methods, and skills you can use as an introvert to be authentically you and be successful. So, subscribe and share this on your social media, and don't forget to give us 5 stars, and let's get started.
Hi, my loves. It's Karen Hewitt here, and we're here with another Introverts Toolbox. Now, today, I have a really good friend of mine. They are an introvert too, so they get what they're talking about. We have biz coach Steve Feld. He's a certified business coach, author, podcast host, professional speaker, and award-winning business management executive. Now, I'd say over 500 businesses have sought out his services to work with him on gaining that clarity and implementing solid strategic plans, as well as achieving positive growth results. Steve is actually really a passionate guy, especially when it comes down to business growth, efficient operations, and long-term success. He works with small business owners and entrepreneurs, getting their businesses to survive and thrive for the long-term success. He has built, owned, and operated 7 lucrative businesses and has consulted with other businesses providing change management and process improvement. He operated within 3 Fortune 500 companies, manning and boosting an entire division for them, as well as turning around 3 others. Today, businesses hire Steve to skyrocket their revenue and profits with an array of resources from one-on-one and group coaching to mastermind facilitation and an e-learning academy and proprietary software. Steve has all of the proven tools and resources businesses need to expand. So guess what? We're going to bring him on here and we're going to pick his brains. That is what we're going. Please help us welcome biz coach Steve Feld.
Great. Well, thanks for having me, Karen.
All right. I got to ask some questions here now. We get straight to the good stuff. No wishy-washy here. How long have you known you're an introvert?
Oh, probably since I was in junior high.
No.
When I learned what the word meant.
And how have you found it impacted you in your business?
In a couple businesses, it was very difficult. And then I realized in one of my businesses, for me to grow, I had to get on stages to speak.
Ooh.
And that terrified you know what out of me. Every time I got in front of groups, because I ran businesses, so I always had to get up in front of hundreds of employees and talk. And inside, I was just dying. So I realized on this one business, I had to get on stages. And it's like, okay, let's get some proper training, get rid of that stuff, and get on stages. Now I love being on a stage, but my introvertedness comes out the second that spotlight goes off, or I get out of the spotlight and get off stage. I need to like breathe, decompress. No one will talk to me. Here's my true introverted self coming out then.
So what you're saying is it scares the fucking shit out of you?
But the second I get off, you got to give me a couple minutes because I'm not an extrovert, which I'm trying to enhance the glow. I'm an introvert going, I need to decompress because that was like, I gave everything.
So let's touch on that. Speaking on stages. Now, introverts, as a general rule, we struggle with conversation. Unless it's meaningful, deep conversation, normally just like we are right now. We just have some people listening in. We love you. Don't worry. You can listen in. And we're having this one-on-one conversation. What was it about speaking on stages that helped your business explode?
Well, the first thing was, developing the confidence had to be up there. And I worked on that and definitely sought out some help. But the thing I noticed was once I got up there, I was excited. It's not anxiety. I learned, glossophobia, fear of public speaking, and excitement have the exact same physical properties in our body, the exact same. So instead of thinking I'm scared to speak, I translated it in my mind to I love to speak. It was the game changer. Since that time, I am calm, cool, collected up there, but I love it. And it changed my business like there was no tomorrow. it expanded it, and I'm still learning more and more techniques of public speaking, professional speaking. But it's the second you get off stage, it's like, okay, I'm a different person.
Oh my gosh, I find that so often with introverts, that we have this ability to go, okay, I'm doing this now, and now let me be.
Mhm.
And the key that I have seen is you're very capable in speaking on stage when it is something that's important. Do not ask you to go up on stage and talk about how many degrees the sun has shifted in the last 3 hours. Or something that isn't something that makes an introvert passionate. Because passion will make an introvert shine no matter where. Now, one thing that I'm always curious with you. Now, I'll tell my loves, I have followed Steve for a very long time. We are good friends. And there's a couple of things that I always catch, and I'm like, okay. I think we need to see what's going on there. There is one consistent theme I have seen with what you help people to do, and that is systems. Having systems in place. Can you tell me a little bit more about what it is that you do with this that helps people grow?
Yeah, one of the big things I see with small business owners and entrepreneurs, they're always trying to do everything themselves. And they're putting in all this sweat equity, hoping one day maybe they're going to sell it, right? But to sell it, you need systems in your business because no one wants to buy you. If you are the business, no one wants to buy your business. It's as simple as that. We saw it in the pandemic times. You need to have certain systems in your business, how you do things, human resources, how you're doing your sales and marketing. They need to have systems in place. Another reason to have internal systems, no matter what size of business you are, is you know what? You have employees one day, we hope. And guess what? To train them, here's where your systems come in place. You can always change them. But I'm also noticing a lot of small business owners that don't have systems in place. There is zero consistency, especially with revenue and profits. And those internal systems affect both things directly. So I think systems are important. Do they need to be long and complex like some big Fortune 10 company? God, no. I mean, I ran one business and it was a business that was been around for 35 years. When I got there, they're like, what kind of systems do you have written down and in place? And they all looked at me like, you're a funny guy. I'm like, so you guys have been surviving for 35 years by just hiring people that never leave. Yeah. So what happens when these key people leave your business? Well, then we're kind of screwed. Why? No systems in their business. It was all knowledge-based in the individuals. That's another reason. Something can happen to your co-owner, your partner. If you don't have those systems ready to go, what happens? I've seen too many businesses go out of business because of that kind of stuff.
The reason I brought up systems is they actually are a great tool for introverts. Oh, because if we have it written down on a piece of paper, like this is what happens, we can just go, there you go, and not have to deal with it. Or we can email it out or have it available. It takes away that pressure to be the dancing bear in the middle of the stage.
And you know, we're all human. When we get into that nervous state, like trying to train someone, you get nervous and you forget things. By having those systems in place, guess what? It takes away all that because all I do is hand it over and answer a few questions versus being on the whole time and trying to remember everything, which good luck, because you're always going to forget something.
Yeah. So you're an introvert, very successful, not only in your own business, but building up other businesses. I need to know top tips. How can an introvert take something they have in their head or even a business that they're currently running that may or may not be where they want it to be? How can they take it from A to B without causing a complete system meltdown for themselves? You know that system meltdown I'm talking about for introverts. How can we avoid that and what can we do to succeed?
One thing I always notice, especially with introverted owners, is I always ask, what is your goal in your business? And it's always something very generic and platitudinal. Like, I want to make more money. Well, that's every business on the planet. But do you have a figure in mind? No. You got to have a goal in mind and work backwards. And I think that's where extroverts can come right out and say, hey, it's going to be, I'm going to increase my business by 50,000 this year. It comes right off the tongue like it's nothing. And it locks into their brain because they're saying it over and over and over. Whereas an introvert isn't. So we got to have some kind of system in place going, how are we going to, what do we want, our goal, and then work our way backwards. It's like right now at this time of year, a lot of businesses are doing the strategic planning, including myself. So on top, it has my goal, but now it's steps, simple steps, how to get there. And it's broken down in monthly quadrants. So I can break it down in little bite-sized pieces in a month, and I can take it even smaller bites by the week or the day. Guess what? As an introvert, I'm not overwhelmed anymore. I'm like, I only have to do 3 things today. It's all 3 things moving towards my goal. Whereas an extrovert, like being in a prison cell with a super ball, you got to duck because that thing is just going all over the place, especially if being an introvert. We just got to put these things in place so we stay in control of ourselves too.
So as an introvert, and if I was like, go, hey, Steve, I have a business, I'm an introvert. Give me a couple of actionable steps, because introverts, we don't like the fluff, we like the real stuff. Give me a couple of things that you would do in order to help an introvert just break through that barrier.
I'll take one area that I know I've showed you this, and it's always close on my desk. It doesn't go anywhere. It's my marketing plan. So I know what I need to do marketing-wise every single day. And what does it do? It has a goal, up to a goal, which is up here for the month. The monthly goal then ties into my annual goal. I have trying to go for the annual goal throughout the year. And I realized if I was an extrovert, I'd be palm pressing, going to networking events, passing out business cards all day, which honestly, that drives me cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So, because it drains the life out of me. I only go to 1 networking event per month, and it actually takes me about 10 minutes to warm up to get into the room. So I have to warm up in the car. I get in there and I notice what I've created now. I only walk in 10 feet and I stop there and I start conversations at that point. Now I get comfortable enough to go to the next step and get into the room. Just like your marketing, what are your steps? How are you going to get into the big room, if you will? And what's your goal of it? So simple steps. What are your marketing plans? And then just, I'm going old school. The reason is I can grab this in a heartbeat without opening anything or anything like that. And I know Karen's asked me, what are you doing today? Well, I can tell you exactly. It's simple.
Oh, you were speaking one of my love languages there. Having a set marketing plan is so important, especially for the introverts. Extroverts are like, oh, well, I'm just going out to get coffee today. I'm going to take some pictures. Oh, I'm doing this. And it's like they're living their life out loud on social media. And introverts where they're going, I'm sat on my couch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to work. I'm not doing anything exciting.
Exactly. An extrovert's going to grab a handful of business cards and just go somewhere where there's people because they thrive in that environment. Me, I go to a coffee shop. Guess you'll find me in the corner.
With the laptop in front of your face and a cup of coffee, like, okay, yeah. How can I hide?
And on my laptop says, don't bother me, I'm having coffee.
Does it really?
No, it does.
Oh, we have to get you that.
So,
oh my gosh.
It
should, yes. Oh, so you saw it here first. You saw Steve Feld's laptop with all the coffee. He wasn't expecting that one.
I'm pretty open. That was one thing that being an introvert, I had to learn to overcome too, is be more open and real. And I know we're all not each other's cup of tea or coffee. But I've learned over the years, it's like, you know what? I'm breaking out of my shell to be me. I'm not going to be somebody else. And when I am on stage, I know I'm a different person. My coaches have said that many times. They're like, when you're on stage, you're like this dynamic individual. The second you get off stage, you're back to you.
Well, I have seen that personally as well. Because the nice thing is I get to see Steve speak on a regular basis. So there has been a consistent message through this.
Yes.
There really has. And this is why I wanted to introduce Steve to you, my loves. Most of us as introverts, we're kind of fucked up when it comes to business. Because all those educational sessions, all those trainings, all those seminars, all those networking that tell you, go from 0 to 5,000 in 60 days, they're aimed at extroverts. They're telling you to get crazy, dance on stage, live your life out loud, and do all these things that make you uncomfortable. One thing that I've learned, and Steve has been paramount in helping me with this, systems. We like to give value. And I know you always feel the same way. We have small business owners here that are hearing the word systems and kind of freaking out. Because everywhere you look, it's all training for extroverts. There's nothing there to train for introverts. We're supposed to figure it out or fake it till we make it.
Yeah.
How can you help the people listening to this right now?
And one of the biggest things I do is try to help them increase their revenue. And a lot of times, small business owners, we all know what we know, period. Doesn't matter what level, how big your business is. We know what we know. And we don't ask for help. And introverts or extroverts will never ask for help. We all know that. But we as introverts, we do need to raise our hand every now and then and go, I need a little help. And this is where I always come in with my business owners, because you got to think the top 10 most successful business owners in the world, guess what they are, folks? They're not extroverts. They're all introverts. Look at it. Bill Gates, introvert or extrovert? Introvert. Jeff Bezos, introvert. Warren Buffett, a massive introvert. He doesn't go to any of the parties because it freaks him out. So think about it. How are you going to grow your business if you can't get out there? And that's why we try to help business owners just find 8 simple strategies that they can actually use in their business right away. So it doesn't increase marketing and advertising costs, but it's simple. So they don't have to pound the phone. They might not have to get up on stage if they don't want to. It's one of my favorite ways, but I don't teach that. But it's like, how can you grow your business for 8 simple strategies? And we try to find at least $10,000 to over $100,000 of hidden annualized revenue in their business. And we use some proprietary software.
Hang on. I need you to back up just a second. Did you just say 10 to 100,000 or $10 to $100?
$10,000 to over $100,000, depending on the size of this. And we do that in 45 minutes. And these are things we as business owners, because we don't have a lot of systems in our business, it's easy to find a lot of times. And they're simple things that doesn't cost anything for them to do. Okay,
I'm just going to ask you to back up again because I'm hearing different things here. And I'm like, too good to be true. So you're saying 10,000 and above, that you can find ways to either increase the revenue, bring down the costs, things like that because of systems.
Yep.
You'll give them like 8 simple strategies, and some of them won't even cost them anything.
None of them increase their marketing or advertising. And I mean, I'll even throw one. One's joint ventures. And a lot of people are like, well, I get referrals all the time. People give me testimonials. That's great, but you can't rely on it. You can't bank on it. But joint ventureship and how to do it, that you can bank on. And most people just don't know how to do it. And we go in, I do this with my clients. I do it in workshops. Let's get detailed into it. I even got a book. I'll give you the dang book.
Well, you just said you're going to give them a book.
I'm going to give them the book.
Okay, so the link to this book, you're going to get that to me and it's going to go in the show notes. Absolutely. Everyone can get this book for completely for free?
Free.
You're spoiling us.
Well, I want to see small business owners stop going bankrupt. I want to see them survive and thrive and realize their dream. That's my passion. That's what drives me. So it's not corporations. I don't work with CEOs and C-suite people who are hired people. I work with owner operators because I have owned 7 businesses and ran 3 others. It's like, I know what it feels like to be a business owner. And I kid you not, the day I rose my hand and asked for help was the best month I've ever had in my life. and it changed my whole trajectory of life. And to this day, I have 2 coaches right now. Why? Because I know a coach sees things in me that I can't see.
Having a coach is incredibly important. I see it as a time machine.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Jordan, stuff. Greatest basketball player ever, 12 coaches.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the best.
So, and he needs it. Tony Robbins has a coach.
He has multiple coaches.
Yeah. It's like, oh my gosh. So if any of the listeners wanted to get a hold of you to see how you can save them $10,000, is there a way for them to do it?
Yeah, just reach out to me on email, steve@bizcoachsteve.com. That's B-I-Z, Coach Steve. And that's my website too. So you can really check me out and see, hey, is this guy real for real?
I'm telling you, this guy's legit. This guy is amazing. I've known Steve, what now, 3 years?
Yeah.
And the things I have seen him pull off, amazing. And the things I have seen him do for small businesses blew my mind. I will make sure that we put all those details in the links below so that way you do not get to miss a thing. I am so grateful for you, Steve. Thank you so much. It's such a refreshing change to have an introvert that does this to come on the podcast, because normally it's extroverts trying to sell introverts. This is someone in our people. This is an introvert like us who knows how to make it happen. So don't forget to reach out to him. One, I'm going to put the link for the free book in here, and I'm going to put the details to contact Steve to see how he can help your business.
All right, folks, just make sure that if you like this episode or any of the other episodes, be sure to like us below and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on some of these great guests delivering some great content for you to help you grow your business. Thanks. And this is Biz Coach Steve Feld, wishing you and your business much success.
It has been so much fun this afternoon. This is Karen here. And make sure that you like and leave a review. If you have questions, you know the drill. We're always here to help you. Reach out to us on social media, and we will make sure you're taken care of. This is Karen Hewitt, Introverts Toolbox. Ta-ra for now.
And thank you for listening to another episode of the Introverts Toolbox. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And you know what? I want to know, what is one thing you learned today? Is there something that you're going to take and use in your life or your business? Let me know below.